Today we at Dinosphere. Now, putting puzzles together are hard. Today we are putting together a Tyrannosaurus T-Rex. Whoa! Amazing! Guys, my first question for the archaeologist is, how do you put bones together?
My name is Jorge.
We called you archaeologist.
Are you an archaeologist?
I'm actually a paleontologist, but they're very similar. Paleontologists work with ancient animal life and even plants, but archaeologists work with ancient human life and civilization.
Oh, did you know that?
No.
So archaeologists work with human. And so paleontologists work with what?
Dinosaurs.
So this is Jorge, and he's at the Indianapolis Children's Museum. We are in their Paleo Lab, and they actually have people putting bones together. So he's got all these little pieces. It just looks like he's playing with a bunch of fake rocks, but it is not.
It is not. They all go to this bone right here. See how that fits just like a puzzle piece?
Oh, yeah.
And we like labeling the bones so we know where each piece goes. Because the last thing you want is to lose a piece and not remember where it goes. So that is currently what I'm building. It is part of a tibia, an Allosaurus tibia.
A what? An Allosaurus?
An Allosaurus.
Those were the hunters of what?
Just like this one.
Uh-huh. What were they the hunters of? The Sarah, what were they?
That one over there.
That.
That one right there.
They were the hunter of that big long neck thing called a Sauropods, I think. Did I get that right? Sauropods.
What's your favorite part of being a paleontologist?
Oh, that's a hard question. I like all of it, but my favorite part is probably teaching about it. We were talking about the extinction of the dinosaurs and how they became birds, or at least some of them became birds. Not all dinosaurs became birds, but all birds are dinosaurs.
Well, now that's interesting. How's that possible, London?
I don't know.
Can you explain that to us?
Sure, there's two types of dinosaurs. There are the theropods, which are the two-legged dinosaurs. Those are typically the carnivores. And then there are the four-legged ornithopods, which are the plant-eating dinosaurs. Birds come from the meat-eating theropods, which walk on two legs. That's why you see birds don't really walk on four legs. They have four limbs, but only walk on both legs, just like us.
So the T-Rex bone that you were working on last time, are you still working on that? Is that this?
Oh, no. That is a T-Rex bone, but the one I was working on before, we're trying to put it back in the stone.
Oh, okay. So is a T-Rex a theropod or because it kind of walks on two legs? Yeah, okay.
It is a theropod. Very good.
All right. So a T-Rex is a theropod, which means birds kind of, sort of, maybe came from
Dinosaurs.
Does that seem mind-boggling or what?
Mind blown.
Yeah, and does your dog like to chase birds?
Yes.
Do you think you should think twice about it? All right, wiggle your front tooth for me.
Son?
Yeah.
Both of them?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I'm so sorry. I cannot. Okay.
This one is really
Now don't make a show.
Grandma, look.
I literally feel like
Yeah,
I'm
I
gonna
know
be
it.
sick. If I didn't look so bad, I would be on camera.
I don't know how it's staying in there.
How
She
are
bites
those?
off a piece.
How are those staying in there, Dad?
They won't very much longer. The roots are still not quite ready.
Well, like, are we talking days or hours here?
Yes.
Do you think we're talking days or hours?
Days.
Oh man.
What is it that you're working on today?
Thank you for asking. I'm working on a piece of a backbone that belongs to this dinosaur here. We call it a sauropod. They're the long-necked dinosaurs of the Jurassic.
Well, our first video was on what? A sauropod.
Yeah.
And we called it, I think, a sauropod, right? What do we know? We're not a paleontologist. Do you remember how many millions of years ago they lived?
5 million? 50 million?
That's That's a good guess. Let's have him tell us.
Multiply that by 3. We're looking at a 150 million year old fossil.
Whoa.
Putting puzzles are hard to put together. Do you think you could be a paleo artist?
Oh, and what about a paleontologist? Could you do either? You look a little stressed.
But she's not wrong. Sometimes it does take an artist to be a paleontologist. They're typically the ones that know how to use a brush the best.
Really? Well, that's true, because you put the bones together, but then they have to create the reimagined version of the exterior, right?
Yes. It takes that creative mind to visualize what the whole dinosaur would look like, just like this picture, and how to put it together. So you can't just have skill, you also need a little artistic mindset to do it.
Right, because most of us would just say, okay, well, where does that go?
Yep. That's pretty much.
What made you want to be a paleo artist?
Paleontologist.
Both, so it's okay. I'm both a paleo artist and a paleontologist. I do paleo art on my free time. So the thing that made me be both is I love the movie Jurassic Park, and I saw it when I was probably your age, and it scared me. But it was that type of fear that kind of made me curious about it, you know? I wanted to know what these creatures were, what did they really look like, how they lived and everything, and I just never grew out of it. I never grew out of my dinosaur phase.
And how did Hollywood change them? And then you learned the truth, right?
Yes, I learned the truth, and now they're doing better. The new movie is doing a lot better by adding feathers and changing how they look, so I'm pretty happy.
Right, T-Rexes really weren't that fast, right?
No, it's all about the stride. So they had long legs. They didn't need to run fast if they could bridge long distances faster.
Cool. Say thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much for your time.
You're welcome. Thank you so much for your great questions.
God, look at this place. Isn't it cool? I had fun with Jorge. Thanks so much. Guys, did I lose my sense in hours or days? What do you think? It was 5 days. Haha. I learned lots of stuff. If you don't mark the bones and you cut them up, then you can't figure out which piece goes together. It'll be very difficult. See you next time. Subscribe and like. Share all over the world.